Welcome to another episode of Small Talk No More. I'm Alex, and today I've got with me Yva Danchova. She is sing coordinator at Kobalt, and she works with the likes of Billie Eilish, Finneas and Lauv. Please welcome Yva Danchova.
Oh, hi Alex. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much, Yva, for being here. So just to start with, tell us who Yva is, what makes you so special, and what your experience is.
Yeah, so my name's Yva. I work at a music company called Kobalt. For those of you who don't know what Kobalt is one of the biggest independent music publishers. And we have AWOL as our label site. I work in the sync team.
Mm-hmm.
Sync is basically when you synchronize music to a moving image. So this will be the adverts, the films, the games. There's music in all of these productions. So basically, this is what me and my team do. We put music into these productions so that people can watch and enjoy. And then I go to a lot of live shows. Well, obviously not now because we're in lockdown.
Not now.
But when times get back to normal, I'll start going to shows again. And yeah, this is it. I work with a great team and I really do enjoy my job every single day.
That's really good. That's a very privileged position to have. Let me ask you something before anything that happens in the interview. What's someone, an artist that you're looking forward to going to the show?
Okay, so I was supposed to go and see The Weeknd, who is our client, in October, but obviously the show was scheduled till next year, so I can't wait because The Weeknd is my favorite artist and songwriter, and he's happening to be our client, so this is just amazing.
No, that's super cool. Well, so hopefully you'll get to see him next year. So, Yva, we're going to start with the first section of our interview, okay? We usually do a quick game with everyone, just to get to know them, break the ice, and also for everyone that's listening to actually get to know the person that's behind the microphone. So we're going to have 30 seconds to play this game. They need to be really quick really quick answers. You ready?
Oh, that's a challenge. You know I like to talk, but let's do it.
Okay, so 30 seconds on the clock from now. So, Yva, what's your favorite new artist?
My favorite new artist is Shaker. He is a hip-hop R&B singer with an amazing voice, which I've discovered recently. So, yeah, it's my favorite new artist.
Cool. And what's the worst movie you've watched during lockdown?
Oh my God, I've watched so many movies during lockdown, but the worst one for me personally will be a movie called Isn't It Romantic?
Okay.
I really didn't enjoy it. It's with Rebel Wilson and Chris Hemsworth.
Okay.
I just did not like
controversy.
it.
Okay.
It's a really,
Creating
really
controversy.
weird movie.
Yeah. Okay. Next, what's your favorite meal?
Ooh, that will probably be a homemade banana ice cream. It's literally frozen bananas and cacao powder. You throw them in the blender, you blend it, and there you have it. Banana ice cream. You never have to spend money on a store-bought ice cream again.
There you go. Tip, advice for everyone. Make banana ice cream. So next, Virgin Island or BC City Live? What do you prefer?
Interesting. If you've asked me this question 2.5 months ago, I'll probably say Busy City Life. But today I'm going to answer you with Virgin Island.
Okay. And if you had a superpower, would you prefer to fly or to be invisible?
Oh, flying 100%.
And a question about your teenage years. Did you have an emo period when you were a teenager?
I think I did actually, but it was a very light version of an emo, the lightest version you can imagine.
Okay.
So
So like long hair, like a fringe covering your face and dark clothes, or how was it?
I pierced my eyebrow and I was painting my nails in black.
Nice. Okay.
Um, and what else? I wasn't really into that emo, depressed kind of state because, I'm quite a positive person.
Mm.
But I definitely
Yeah.
started listening to more black rock and metal music. So I guess you could
Interesting.
say I had an emo period, very light version, but it still counts, I think.
Okay. Okay. Really interesting, So I've got one last question for this game, which is, who is the most inspirational person you've met, whether it's ever or recently?
Okay, this might be a shocking answer, but I'm gonna say myself.
Interesting.
Interesting, yeah. I thought about it, and I
Mm-hmm.
think we need to give ourselves more credit for everything we do, because
Mm-hmm.
don't you inspire yourself every day by the things you want to achieve and the goals you accomplish? I think that's a great thing to just say to yourself. You inspire me.
Mm.
In the mirror. Why not? I mean, we
Yeah.
always say, "Oh, I need someone to inspire me to go and do this." No, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
The inspiration has to come from within.
Yeah. Really interesting. Cool. Well, that's the end of the game. I just want to make a quick point on that. So I think it's really cool that you look up to yourself. So I think it was Matthew McConaughey who, when he got the Oscar, he said, "I look up to myself in X amount of years." So he's always like, I'm always trying to be a better version of me in the future.
Yeah.
Really interesting speech that he gave. Yeah. So interesting, Eva. Really interesting to see that you inspire yourself. It's really good to have inner motivation. So,
Well, I could always mention someone else, but I'd rather be
yeah,
honest. And hopefully I will inspire other people to look within themselves.
very true. Very true. I really appreciate that, actually. So, Eva, let's move on to a bit more serious part of our interview, which is getting to know more of the experience during this crazy, crazy time. So we are now towards the end of what, has been a really crazy moment in our lives, which has been the lockdown. We're starting to come out of it, but obviously there's been some effects in everyone's work. So I want to know from your experience, what has been the impact of COVID and lockdown in the music industry?
Yeah, so COVID-19 had a huge impact on any business out there you can imagine.
Mm.
So I guess each of these businesses, they had to find a way to adapt to this situation. And
Mm-hmm.
so as the music business. I think the music business itself has been impacted massively by
Mm-hmm.
COVID-19. First of all, I'm going to start with the live music sector.
Mm.
You and I, we both know that this sector is worth billions and billions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we spend so much money on live shows, don't we? Because you want
Yeah.
to go and enjoy the experience. You want to be present while you watch your favorite artists perform. So definitely live music, I would say, suffered most because there are no live shows. And I don't think there will be any live shows until earlier next year. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, the Weeknd's show was supposed to be in October, but it was scheduled till next year because, obviously you need at least a year in advance to book a venue,
Yeah.
especially a venue as big as the O2 Arena. So yeah, the live music sector is really struggling because all the music promoters and booking agency and venues, they're not getting any money. Um, and I'm sure as from your experience as an artist manager, doing live shows for an artist is so important.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So that's one thing. And then from my perspective, working in the sync business, it's still very busy, which might be surprising to some people. But definitely there's less adverts, less movies and TV shows being produced. But I think now we have a lot more productions focused on the virus itself. We've worked on a couple of adverts that were focused on charities and NHS. So obviously, for these kind of adverts, they needed music. So I think the sync business also had to adapt, and it's still quite busy. People will always need music for their adverts and TV shows and games, but productions had to kind of adapt the way they work. And I know stuff is still being filmed, but obviously they have to keep a 2 meter distance from each other. But they found a way. Things are still out there, and things are still being released, which is amazing.
So do you think that has been the biggest challenge for, say, the sync side of the music industry? The fact that there's been less opportunities to place music in certain adverts or movies. So you guys have struggled to kind of get the music being used?
Because we need productions and adverts where we can place our music at, and if there's no adverts and productions, then we can't place our music in there. But one thing I want to mention is actually TikTok, which obviously now during lockdown it's been downloaded millions of times. Especially from teenagers, because obviously now they're at home and they can't see their friends. So TikTok is a great platform that they can use, to make their life more interesting. And if you think about it, if a song gets viral on TikTok, then everyone knows about this song. Even if you're not on TikTok, then everyone kind of start talking about it. Because I sometimes watch videos, it's like a compilation of videos from TikTok that's been put on YouTube. I don't have TikTok personally, but sometimes, if I get a recommendation for a video that's like the best dance moves from TikTok, I'll probably watch it just to see what it's like. And all these songs that get viral on TikTok, they become mainstream. So this is very powerful, because now people actually have more time to spend on the apps, especially if you're a content creator. And if you create dance moves and if you put your stuff out there on TikTok, now you have so much time to do it. And so that's a big opportunity for, music to get more popular.
So are you saying that probably something good that's coming out of this, and a opportunity for anyone that's making music, would be to use the fact that a lot of people are active on TikTok?
Yeah, definitely. The only thing that TikTok needs to do is to start paying artists. Because
Interesting,
because right now it's more like a Spotify, but with dance moves. I mean, TikTok doesn't pay artists and songwriters as of yet. But they're still new out there. I'm sure they will they'll make deals with labels and publishers so they can properly start paying the music creators. And then another thing I want to mention is I'm sure you are aware of the game Fortnite.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
So I believe it was a few weeks ago, artists like Travis Scott and Marshmello, they did live stream performances, which it was a huge success. I was quite surprised, but Travis Scott he managed to get 20 million people on the game while he was performing.
Yep.
If you think about it, you can never actually find a venue with a 20 million capacity.
Exactly. And that's actually really interesting because I spoke about this exact topic with Rob Samuel a couple of weeks ago about how the new opportunities that video games are opening up. So Rob is someone that looks after the accounts for the new Call of Duty. And then we were talking about the opportunities for musicians to actually use the video game industry to get that exposure, especially now that everyone's staying at home and more people are playing. And the fact that Travis Scott team got to do a gig live in front of such a huge amount of people is insane, and it's a great opportunity as well.
I think this will be something that artists will probably try and do more often in the future, especially if you're a big artist, and if you can get people to watch you perform live, then you can definitely start doing it more often in the future, because you don't need to spend any money, doing the live stream. I know a lot of artists who do live stream performances on Instagram. It's just really easy, and it's such a great way to interact with your fan base. So this is definitely another opportunity. Live streaming is a big thing. I always believed in live streaming, even when I was at uni, and we were discussing it. All of my colleagues, they were like, "But why would you want to watch a show on your laptop? You might as well go and enjoy the show live."
Yeah.
But
But
things have
it's a different
changed.
way of engaging. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So we just need to see where it goes. But I definitely think this is a big one. And
I think I do agree with that, especially the live streaming side, because a artist that I discovered recently is Sophie Tucker.
Oh yeah,
she's insane. I love her.
Well, she's signed to us, so there you
cool.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of started hooking up to their style because of the live shows they're doing on Instagram, and they are very good performers, and the sort of performance they put on my phone. I go on the live stream, I look at my phone, I'm like, I'm just enjoying this so much. And then I go and I just play their music. They're on all my playlists. I go do exercise. I'm listening to them. And all of this comes because I don't just like their music. I also like them.
Yes.
I'm just a fan from now on because I can see you as a real person when you're doing your live stream. You haven't disappeared from my stream of information. You're still there all the time.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's such a good way to remind people that you're still out there, just because of the lockdown doesn't mean your career is over.
Yep.
So totally. These two are definitely big. TikTok and gaming is something that's gonna keep on getting bigger and bigger because people now are at home. So as long as they're at home, they'll have more time to spend on these apps and games.
Exactly. So if you cannot bring people to your gig, bring your gig to people.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yva, this is really, really cool, really interesting, insightful information. I just want to wrap up our chat with some top tips. So you've got incredible experience in the industry. You work with very successful artists. So I would like to know if you're able to give 3 of your top tips to music creators.
Tip number 1 will probably be keep being creative. I know it's a very difficult time and it might not be the easiest time for you to be productive and creative, but don't stop writing and recording and performing, even if it's in your bedroom. Just keep doing it, because most of the successful artists in the last 5 years, I'd say, they started out from their bedrooms. When Finneas wrote Ocean Eyes, he didn't think it'll get that big. He literally wrote it in half an hour, and then he asked his sister to sing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounded amazing. So they decided to just put it out there on SoundCloud. And look where they are now. So I would say just keep doing what you're doing. And just really, I know it's a cliche to say, but don't give up. Just keep working on your creativity as a musician. You have this talent. Don't waste it.
Yeah.
Number 2 will probably be get your stuff out there. You can have tons and tons of songs, and but if your music is not out there for the world to hear it, then nothing's gonna happen really. So get your music, make sure your sound quality is good, and then put it out there for people to
Okay.
And then number 3 will be collaborate with people.
Good one.
Get on a Zoom call and just write music together. I think it's really important to keep on communicating with people and keeping in touch with the people you are friends with, and also the people who you like playing music with. So keep in touch with these people, because the best ideas, they come when people collaborate. One person will give an idea, and then the other person will develop it, and then a third person will put it into practice, and it comes into life. And I will give tip number 4 as an
Wow,
extra.
bonus tip, everyone.
So I know right now it might not be the most practical tip, but go to music events, go to music seminars and masterclasses, and talk to people, talk to music professionals, talk to music supervisors, give them your business card, get their email, send your music to them. If you want to put your music in films and adverts, then talk to the music supervisors and make sure you send them the music in a format that's going to be easy for them to open. And talk to people, talk to professionals, network, because this industry is so connected that everyone knows each other. Everyone met that one person at the gig or at that event, or you were emailing him because you needed something from him. So it's very well connected, and we all help each other in one way. So that would be my 4th tip. Just expand your network and always work on that. You can never settle. Just keep on trying to meet new people. LinkedIn is a great opportunity to meet new people now, because obviously now you can't really go to these events. So, if you want to find people, you have a platform to find people.
Yeah.
And if you're an artist who doesn't like this side of the industry, if you don't have a manager, find a manager. Find someone who believes in you. It doesn't have to be a professional man. It can be your friend, can be your brother or sister. They just need to believe in you and to see your vision and to like your music, obviously. And then they can help you with the admin stuff and with the networking stuff while you focus on your creativity.
Yeah, I guess this comes back to, the collaboration tip, because sometimes you need to collaborate, so you've got this constant feedback from someone else, and then you get to learn from them. So at the end of the day, you're taking your career as a collaboration as well. So you need to collaborate with someone that has experience and strengths that you do not have.
Definitely.
And potentially using your friend, for example, will help you take it to a next step. And it's always one step after another and after another.
Yeah, for sure. But then I guess what I wanted to say is when you collaborate with your music friends and or your band or anyone involved in the creative side of the music industry, then it's a different way of collaboration because the artists express themselves through singing and play music and writing music. But when they actually have to go and talk to the music professional, then they don't really feel themselves. And I've noticed with a few people who are my friends, they're artists, I know that they find it really difficult to go and talk to people who are not musicians. They can be from the music industry. They can be music industry, you know, representative or from labels, but they find it hard because they can't really express themselves in that way. So that's where the manager kicks in and takes over.
Yeah.
But definitely, as I like what you said earlier, your career as a musician is just collaboration with everyone around you. Yeah. So it's important to keep doing it.
Cool. Thank you so much, Yva. I think that you've got very interesting insights and experience here, and I hope that everyone that's listening is going to be able to take a few of these tips and opportunities away and apply them on their career. So thank you so much for being here today.
You are very welcome. Thank you for having me. It was a really nice chat, and I hope people enjoy it.
Cool. Thank you so much, Yva. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us again for another episode of Small Talk No More. I'm Alex, and I'll see you next week. Peace.